Yeah, do you know what that describes? The shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line. Y equals mx plus b. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. From the East Coast to the West Coast and all around the world, I'm Soric. I've been busy, man. I've been too busy for YouTube. But I'm chilling tonight in Elite Dangerous. We've got the community board lit up for the Aisling Duval Pilots Club. Working in and around the, I guess what you would call the negative quarter in the coal sector. I'm actually 4,000 light seconds, so I can kind of show this. Zoom out here on the galaxy and put it in power play view. Pretty much the negative quarter, all the white slimy looking stuff is where we're at, and this is what you would call the negative quarter, because the galactic plane is like somewhere down here ish. It might be at an angle too, I might be wrong. So we're in the negative quarter here, working Partisan 77470, doing some BGS work for the communists. Well done, comrade. I'm just hanging out, man. Usually when I play this game, I can zone out. I don't have to button mash. The other night I was I overlaid some musical tracks over this game. I shut off the music, the actual game music, and I overlaid some tracks from some classic space games. Metroid Prime was cool. It fit every situation perfectly. No matter what was happening on the screen, the music just went with it. Finishing up some salvage work now for a cooperative. I don't want to get too into the. I'm a big geek when it comes to the background simulator. I could talk for hours. Speaking of the music, I'm gonna turn that down. I didn't realize that was so loud. Trying to talk over that, I'm like yelling. But like I was saying, I could talk for hours about the background simulator. But I'm not going to geek out now. I could though. I have before. 3.0 hits tomorrow. Well, tonight, technically. I'm guessing the servers will probably go down GMT plus 6, so right around 2 a.m. Eastern time. This should be the last of my salvage, I think. Then I gotta go pick up some Dior. Headed to the Hunhara Komi system. Yeah, those salvages all have stray condas coming after, all these leak condas. Which I'm not really worried about, because they're not really part of the mission, they're optional. Big part of the update tomorrow, these apparently these surfaces are going to get upgraded. There's going to be a lot more variety than what you see there. Which, that's cool. I mean, anything for immersion, right? Anything for immersion. We're in the salvage ship now. I think I'm up to like 8, maybe 9 Pythons. The Pythons are just really good ships all around because they can land in any station, and they've got the best optional storage, optional slots for modules. I mean, I've got a Beluga liner, I've got a Conda Type 10 and a Type 9. A couple other ships here and there to do different roles. So, like, instead of just having a ship where I change out modules, each ship has a different role. That way you can really specialize. So it's just like changing jobs. You change ships, you change jobs. Instead of having to sit in outfitting and trying to juggle your module storage and figure out what do you need and what don't you. Speaking about juggling storage and figuring out what you need and what don't you, The other thing for the update tomorrow that I'm really looking forward to is not having to worry about which one of these materials I can throw away and which ones I need to keep. I've done a pretty good job over the last couple of weeks of just like getting rid of everything lower grade, because from what I saw in the beta, yeah, I don't have any grade 1, 2, or 3 data at all, and I'm full. I've got all 485 out of 500. So I'll be able to take like these adaptive encryptors, 126 of them, and just trade them down for the lower ones whenever I need them. So it's just like having a big bank of the lower ones. Hey, thanks, computer. The beautiful thing about building a ship for a specific task. Oh, there's a pirate here. That's fine. Pretty much ignore him. Tumbling wreckage. Nice thing about building a ship for a specific task is that you can just like focus and be really good at one thing. I don't care about this guy. What is he? An expert vulture. Not even worth me turning around for. Yeah, keep shooting. He ran away. Look at this. I didn't even put my weapons out on him. He ran away. Oh, cops are here. That's why. I was gonna say, that's funny. So you see, I'm in and out, man. I grabbed that salvage and I'm in and out. So I'm gonna go to Tank Fosa to pick up the Dior. Tank Fosa is no, actually I want to go to Hunharikomi because Tank Fosa is still owned by a patronage. Strian is there, so that's where I want to go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Aww. The cops find me for all my stolen cargo, but they're not going to open fire. Suck it, coppers. All that shit gets wiped tonight.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
I say Dior, I mean clothing. Oh. This is Kanto. Oh, that's right, the salvage ship. I usually don't have to jump far with this thing. The salvage ship is not my longest jump range, because I usually keep it centered around where I'm working. But they threw a curveball at me. I was picking up all the salvage missions. When I say they, I mean the faction there. I was picking up all the salvage missions from them, and down on the, I think it was on the surface station, they were asking for donations, which usually means a faction's wealth is a little bit below the line where it needs to be for the state that they're in. Like I said, I could geek out on the background simulator if you let me. So I said, okay, I'll take some salvage missions while I go out and do this, or some donation missions while I go out and do this salvage. But I got the cargo capacity in the salvage ship. It's not as much as in the cargo hauler, obviously, because I've got collector limpet controllers and other, I think just the collector limpet controllers. So it's not much of a difference. Yeah, 192 instead of 288. Oh, I was doing the math on 288. That might be a problem. I might have to turn this ship around. 192 is 14 times 4 plus 216. Nope, I got enough. Nope, I don't have enough. I guess I'll go to Walmart. I gotta consolidate my ships. I got my ships in 4 different stations now because I've been messing around over the last couple of days around here. Let's look where I put my. It's here.
Frameshift drive charging.
Plus, I've got like, I don't know, 5 or 6 condas chasing me to get the. I've got some technical blueprints that I stole. I got 2 sets of them.
Ready to engage.
3 sets of them.
4, 3, 2, 1.
They want their blueprints back. I'm not giving it to them. I think they're going to use them in a refinery on a planetary base. The faction who asked me to go steal them.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, glad good idea. I was like, why am I wanted here? Oh, yeah. Because I did some stuff I shouldn't have. Fuck them. They're not in anybody's sphere. That's why there's only 3 factions here, because nobody gives a crap about this system.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Nobody gives a crap about Gladgudia. Whatever that system's called. So I'll tell you why I got motivated to stream tonight. Normally I don't, because it's a lot of work to talk. But I was playing and I was trying to look for somebody else's stream just to be entertained. God, people suck at streaming, man. You got one guy who's playing this loud ass music. This other guy's got a bird squawking in the background. Every like 5 seconds, the bird goes. Meh, meh. One guy's jumping to Colonia in fucking, I guess, a Hyundai or something. Because I jumped on his stream and, like, somebody in his wing asked him how many jumps he's got left to get to Colonia, and he's like, 252. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, dude. That's your stream? Jump, star in your face. Jump, star in your face. None of them are talking. I was like, fuck it, I'll entertain myself and anybody else who randomly walks in here. Yeah, another cool thing, because I'm always looking at BGS stuff in the game. So being able to specialize the ships is really nice. Like there's like a lot of my ships. Oh, Wakanda. You are so not worth my time, yo. I'm almost elite rank combat, but not to fight this guy in my salvage ship. Jump range overall. The nice thing is, on a lot of my loadouts that are specialty ships, like, you think about, like, what ships are in the game, and some of them have some pretty neat-looking cockpits. One that a lot of people don't think about is the smaller ships, like the Adder and the Hauler and stuff like that. Hauler sucks, just like Sidewinder. But the Adder's got the neatest-looking cockpit, man. The wingtips fold up when you deploy your landing gear. So I bought one, and I outfitted it just to do planetary scan jobs. So get this, 3.0 is coming out, right? And when 3.0 comes out, Crime and Punishment's gonna pretty much put the bounties on your ship, not on your player. So I figure if I've got a little Adder, and I picked the Adder because it's small, you could land pretty much anywhere with the thing, which is a bonus to it. If all of my scan job bounties go there, then I don't have to worry about, you know, all the crap.
Sierra Oscar Radio. This station is under Imperial sovereignty. Kindly observe traffic regulations when approaching the facility.
You observe the traffic regulations. You guys land the ship. So that's what I love about being able to have specialty ships, because you can take something like an Adder and use it, and like say, hell yeah, I put some time into that ship. I use it. It's good. Now with Crime and Punishment changing the way that it's going to be really nice to have ships that are just hot. So most of my trading and stuff won't get interrupted because I happen to do some scan missions or because I did some murdering somewhere. Costa. What is your economy? Terraforming and what? I don't think it's just straight terraforming. I think there's a mining base on a planet. Yeah. Only 2,000 light seconds out.
Scan detected.
Because these two terraforming, these are both terraforming, aren't they?
Landing gear deployed.
The communism's in charge, and they're in boom, so the only thing that's going to pop here that's worth doing is salvage, which I've already done enough salvage tonight. Trade missions from the mining station could get boring. All the wars start tomorrow. Nobody's in war right now. Like, the 2 wars just needed, like, I think, 200k worth of bonds each to get them out. They were minor, non-controlling faction wars in a system that doesn't matter. All these 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, the unrest. All right, that's what we're gonna do. Hunt some pirate lords. After I bring these guys all their goodies. Get rid of the rest of these limpets. We had 70 left, not bad. Transfer all the goodies over to the cargo ship that I left here. See? Now I don't have to store my collector limpets and then pull out cargo racks and, oh my god, where did I leave my collector limpets? Wait for them to get transferred to the station I'm working out of, blah, blah. No, just, they all stay on the ship. Just change jobs. So I got, this ship is my cargo ship, and I love a couple things about this ship. Go to, it's Palaya. There we go. We'll go to Izinga. A couple things I love about this ship is I've stripped it down to the bones. So my unladed jump range before 3.0, 43 light years.
When traversing the docking bay.
Landing gear retracted.
43 light years with an empty cargo bay. So that's pretty good for a ship that also could land on any outpost or station in the game. The disadvantage is, of course, you got no shields, and you know, thrusters suck and all that stuff.
Traffic reported. Please ensure you give way to larger vessels.
Scan detected.
Hurry up, I'm gonna get an illicit cargo. They're gonna hit me with a fine for all the stolen cargo I've got. That's the only real disadvantage to this type of build is in this situation where you just can't like spam boost because you're stripped down to the bones for light year range. Eventually I'll get away from them.
Frameshift drive charging.
Now it's a race against the clock to see if I get that fine. That fine's gonna be 120,000.
You are now leaving the controlled zone. Imperial Flight Operations Bureau wish you a safe
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
So now I'm wondering how many pythons I have. I think I have 8, maybe 7. 7 or 8, I'm not sure. Cash, I got like 400 million liquid. I know my assets are like 2 billion, something like that. I've got this one as the cargo frigate, which when it's empty, it can almost jump 50 light years. After tomorrow, I'll be able to engineer that up past 50. Because I haven't really cared about like making stuff lightweight. Like I've got some of the lightest weight stuff, grade D, everywhere I can, and stuff like that. I tried putting a 5D power distributor, but I couldn't boost. Like it didn't have the capacity. So that's like what I want to try to do is like maybe put a 4D in here, and then compare its weight when I engineer its engine capacity at 4D to a weight of a 6D that's engineered for lightweight, and just go with the lowest weight. I haven't engineered the life support. You know, like tomorrow's going to be really good for me because I'll be able to even juice this even more from 43 light years. I know fully laden with 288 tons of cargo, I get about 25, I think. So it's the cargo frigate. This is one of the specialty pythons. As you can imagine, it's got no weapons. Why would you have no shields? It's not made to fight. It's made to run cargo. That's what it does. I've got two fighting pythons. I want to build a third one. I want to build a a hot one. I've got 2 fighting pythons. One's the warfighter, so conflict zones, AFMS. I think 2 6-rated AFMSs. A lot of engineered just beam. I think it's burst lasers I'm using because I don't like running out of ammo, especially when I'm trying to farm like 5 million combat bonds. I don't want to have to leave and go get bullets. So the warfighter doesn't have ammo issues. The only time I ever have to leave is if I run out of repair limpets, which I think it can carry 8 repair limpets. I think I put a 3D in there because the A rating doesn't matter. And you can't, I mean, putting a 6 doesn't matter either. It doesn't matter how many limpets you can control, because if you're only repairing yourself, you can only control 1 at a time. You try to launch a second one and it won't, which I think is stupid. It won't attach that second limpet to your ship to repair it. So what's the point of having like a higher grade than a 6, than a 3? Remember, I still got all these anacondas behind me for all this cargo that I stole. Because I don't want to go deliver all this stuff without having the donations in my hold anyway. Here he is. It's fine, I'm already here. So it's not like I'm going to get far away from my Zynga. What's up with the shake, man? Shake, 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 Sidora, shake your body. It's Beetlejuice. So I got the warfighter. I've got a Fed Hunter. I call it the Fed Hunter because I usually just use it for opposition or undermining. But I could use it for pirate hunting and stuff like that. It's got an interdictor. It's basically the build on my War Hunter with a little bit less armor and a little bit more shield strength. Because when I go into a war zone, it's all just hull tanking.
Delay Sierra Oscar Romeo. Please comply with flight regulations as you approach the station, Commander.
This is the Hunhera Komi system. I think this system's pretty central to the 2 spheres I'm working in. Pretty much everything you see a little blue ribbon on, this is where I'm working. These little blue ribbons, of course, you know, it's a tiny thing compared to the whole galaxy. But I think I'm going to move my whole fleet here. Because I'm done working in Tank Fossa. And I think I had the Imperials over here doing some murdering earlier. So I got them spread over 4 systems. So the nice thing is being able to just decide where I'm going next and not have to worry about landing. I'm great at landing, but it gets boring after a while, you know? You do it like 1,000 times, it's just like, yo, do it for me. I've already proven I can do this. In ships that matter, like my combat ships, yeah, I don't have a landing computer, but in specialty ships like this, what's another 4 cargo spaces?
Deployed.
Waldy's down here. Actually, I think I'm going to put it to the land base. I'll land on the planetary landing base first.
Landing successful. Docking restraints engaged. Report to station services for more information, Commander.
These guys are my buddies, man. They love me. I helped them through 3 wars and 2 expansions. I love it because they got a black market open in Aisling Duval space, so I can get rid of stolen stuff. Yeah, not worth a lot, but what was I going to do, you know? When I go out to do salvage work, I'm not going to tell the game specifically which things to pick up in space. No. I'm going to fire off all my salvage limpets and let them pick everything up and then get out of there as fast as I can. It takes so much time to target things individually. I'll sell the non-stolen stuff. Now, they're the controlling faction, so selling here is good. Oh, I sold the... I actually needed clothing. I ended up selling the 2 tons of clothing that I picked up in empty space. Take my bio waste. I don't need that much, but I do need 216. Apparently they're having a sale. Now that I have a little bit more tonnage, I need to replot. The mass is going to be too much for that first jump. There we go. It would have made it just 1 jump, but now it's going to be 2. We'll bring everything over here to Hunhera Komi. a little far from the star, but I don't mind. So let's see. I got. I was messing around with an eagle. This is an idea I had between an eagle and a courier. I haven't decided between the two of them yet, so I've got them both to mess around with it. And the idea is both of the ships are going to be hot. Probably end up selling one of them if I don't like the way it flies compared to the other. I'll probably end up keeping the courier though. But they're just going to be murderous ships. This is the port ferry. This is a Python. All it does is transfer passengers between stations. Nothing long distance. Faction Scout's just a long range jumper to get across the bubble and look at factions on other sides. The Beluga liner is the long range one. That's got the luxury in the first class compartments for passengers, usually sightseeing missions. The mining ship, actually, that's $2 million to transfer it because it's in. I left that in an Alliance space. Yeah, I had to mine bromolite for one of the engineers, so I left that over there. But self-explanatory what that does. It's rigged out for mining. Transfer ship. The Striker's a bomber. It's got all dumbfire missiles on it. Really, and
hi, Soric.
That's pretty much it. It's just for bombing planets. Yo. It's the Fed Hunter. I'm gonna use the Fed Hunter to kill pirates in a little bit. The Dolphin's for long-range passenger missions out of outposts, which I rarely use it, but it doesn't cost a lot. And there's my little adder. I love that little ship, man. That one's going to be a hot ship, too, after tomorrow's update, because it's going to be doing salvage, or planetary scan missions, which you get trespassing bounties for.
Landing gear retracted.
Detach confirmed. You are clear to leave.
Am I? I'm clear to leave? Part of me thinks he wanted to say, get the fuck out. So now I'm going to drop all this crap off. All the goodies. Yeah.
Frameshift drive charging.
Thrusters. Vertical thrusters.
Four, three, two,
It's a big station.
one. Engage.
I think they call that an Oculus. Oculus, whatever. Ocarina.
Frameshift drive charging.
My navigation computer keeps putting me through this system as a waypoint. It's like, dude, I'm wanted here. Stop bringing me to this system. There's any number of other... Oh, I know why.
2, 1. Engage.
It's not my computer's fault. It's my fault. Well, I mean, yeah, it's my fault that I'm wanted, but it's also my fault it keeps plotting me through that system. I forgot to reset my navigational computer parameters, which I'm going to do now as soon as I align myself before I forget. Uninhabited star systems are okay. We're going to drop all this crap off and then go deal with the civil and rest. It's over in 5491, I think. This sphere is pretty new to me. I only started working to this sphere about 4 days ago. I think it's 5491. Curiosity will get the best of me and I'll overshoot this this rock floating in the void. pretty sure it's in the dark. There's a refinery down on this moon, this planet. Yeah, it's on the sun setting side. Alright, optimal approach. I think the diameter is 2 Earth mass. It's 2 Earth diameters. Yeah, you're too late, pirate boy. I'm gone.
Orbital flight engaged.
He spawned behind me. I hate that too. It kind of takes you out of the immersion when the pirates just like spawn right behind you. It's like, yo, I see you. It kind of messed up my approach too when it spawned behind me like that. Not too bad. Still right on the line. Nice thing about the docking computer too is that you could just pull out like that and let it take it over from
Delay 6, Sierra, Oscar, Romeo. Follow correct procedures before
high gravity
attempting
planets.
to dock at this port.
I don't like dealing with high gravity planets, man.
Permission granted. Plot route for approach to landing pad 09. You're approved for automated docking sequence.
I think most of this stuff is going to these mines. Although I gotta, you know what? I'm just gonna throw that one away because that's just a one-off mission. It's like the only one I won't be able to complete here, and then I'll be done with this system.
Landing gear deployed.
For now, probably for a couple of days. Although I think its expansion is key for the
Descent to flight level 100.
for the long-term plans. Yeah, I've got to get control of the system and put 2 expansions out, so I might be back here sooner than I think. Oh, what was the pop? No. Population's not that bad. Yeah, when I got here about 4 days ago, I dumped about 100 million in donations across, I think, eight or 9 different systems to get the economies jump-started of some of the factions that we're going to be working with. Damn, they still got more salvage in the fucking pot. No more today. God, no more today. I mostly did it while I was doing homework. So it was because salvage is easy, man. You set the throttle to idle once you get to the close to the body and just wait for the mission objective to pop up.
Landing gear retracted.
Your ship is released. You are clear for disembarkation.
I think I gotta put I wanted to put a wake scanner back on this thing. Because I randomly see wakes in it, obviously. It's a trade ship.
Frameshift drive charging.
I keep forgetting to do it, though. I've got a modified wake scanner.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
Sitting in storage with a fast scan grade 5, and I keep forgetting to put it on the ship. But to be honest, on all of my utility ships, I should put a wake scanner. because the utility slots are empty. It may have been a power issue though. I don't think with this ship I have a power issue. No, I could put it on this ship easy. It doesn't weigh that much, so it won't really affect my jump range that bad. Plus, so what if it does affect it by 1/10 of a light year? I'm missing out on data. Oh, I remember why. Because I'm so full of data. I've been waiting for this update. I've been waiting for this frickin' update so I can, That's what it was. 974. The pirate's coming, man. Right behind me. A competent assault ship. It's almost like the game knows now that I'm flying around without weapons, spawning competence. I don't know why it would do that. Like, I'm almost elite rank combat. I wonder what my assets are. I think I gotta be. I know I'm over $1 billion. I gotta be close to $2 billion. It's on this. Yeah, almost. I'd have it if I didn't dump 100 million on factions 4 days ago. Hi there. You're not the real Slim Shady. I was reading a post of someone recently who plays on PS4 who's having a hard time getting rid of interdictions, and I couldn't understand. Like, I guess English wasn't his first language. I'm trying to read his post, and it's just like it didn't make sense to me. What the hell is he talking about? It's the easiest thing. Oh well. Although that was a bad example. I mean, he was just a competent assault ship. I don't think I could show you guys the community board. I think that contact's trying to get behind me. Yeah. Too slow. That'd be nice for immersion, the moons or whatever it is they're going to do. Planetary graphics or skins or whatever the hell you call it. But yeah, it'd be nice for immersion, but that's like, to me, Mechanic-wise, I'm excited about the engineer changes, specifically with more customization via technical blueprints. Oh, that's right, I can just let the Docker computer do it. The customization, the increased material storage, material bartering, that's nice.
Docking successful. Engines
I'll be interested to pick up one of those new ships. The heck they're called?
Hull repaired.
Tribal? Tomahawk? I don't know. Tomahawk. There's a cool name for a ship. Pretty much any weapon skill from Final Fantasy would be a cool name for a ship, you know? Raging Axe. I guess I saw an NPC once with that name, Raging Axe. It's pretty cleared out. This guy had just nothing but salvage, and once I got the salvage to him, now he wants raw materials. Probably take the technical blueprints that he got and do something with them. I don't know, man. It's a terraforming system, so. But you may have noticed the system is uncontrolled, and I am aware. I'm actually expanding that faction into a control sphere.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
It's right over there, the control sphere.
Frameshift drive charging.
There's some good factions within the sphere.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
But I've already got them all pending war. So it's time to work on expanding from outside. The core is going to be a mess. There's like 6 systems all next to each other, so it's... I've got it all planned out expansion-wise. It just has to be done in the right order. Don't let me get started, though. Like I said, I can geek out in the background. See, I love the BGS in this game. Looking forward to... there's been talk about carrier ships, squadron ships. I guess this game's version of a guild. I got nothing else to spend money on. The money I just dump it on factions at this point. I wonder if there's an engineer that'll make the docking computer even lighter. I want to squeeze all the light years I can out of this thing, man. 43.7 isn't enough, Soric? Yeah, I know. I know. Thea's excited too. She logged in yesterday for the first time in ages to move her fleet from a different part of space to where I am now, because that's, I mean, engineering is great for me. I get to play with crafting a bit and whatever. But for the two of us, wing missions are really gonna be a highlight of this update coming out tomorrow. We tried to play together. It's really hard because the game doesn't recognize that the two of us are together. Even if we're already in a wing, this game's version of a party, we'll be in the same station, taking missions from the same faction, and it'll send us to different places. It's really hard for us to watch each other's back and have fun together when the game keeps sending us in opposite directions. So we'll see the verdict tomorrow once we test out wing missions and see if that's still the case. I from what I saw in the beta that the PC guys got to play a couple weeks ago, it's not the case.
Boarding permission granted.
I think what I saw, there was one that was a trade mission of like 700 tons of something. And so you split the cargo between the two of you. And yeah, you get to go to the same place, you jump together. If one of you gets interdicted and you want to fight them off, you can drop out and fight them off together. You know, there's a lot more opportunity for experiences to happen. And I might end up changing the way that I load out my ships. Because, yeah, I mean, when I'm soloing and I'm just moving cargo around between stations or getting factions into boom or whatever, this ship is fine. But when I'm with her and she wants to move cargo, you know...
Landing gear deployed.
She's a fighter, man. You guys remember her in PvP. She likes to fight. So, this wouldn't cut it, man. No shields, no weapons. She'd be like, what are you doing? Go get some guns.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
But I wouldn't change the loadout to this ship. I'd just buy another Python. I've got the money. I mean, how many Pythons could I buy? And I could, with 400 million, I think I could buy and fully outfit two Pythons with 400 million. Push came to shove, I could just sell other ships. I mean, I've got passenger ships I rarely use. It's a rare scenario. It comes up like 2 days ago. It came up. Just finished expanding a faction into a system that had a large station. And on the first day, obviously they were recovering from expansion, but they hadn't hit their boom yet. They were pending boom. So all of their missions on the large station were donation missions. I dropped like 8 million in cash on them. The next day, their passenger lounge filled up, so I did a full round. Must have been about 50 jumps, maybe 56 jumps. It was my Beluga liner was full. All CEOs, all rich CEOs, paying between 7 and 9 million each. So it was like 52 million after all said and done.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
But it's rare. It rarely comes up where you're in a state where it's just before a boom and just after donations is usually when you'll get those rich CEO passengers wanting to go on vacation. I'm done dropping all the loot. I'm gonna go pick up. Gonna go pick up the hunter and deal with that that unrest that's going on, civil unrest. Should be some assassination.
Drive charging.
Either Pirate Lord assassinations. I think Pirate Lord is more boom and bust. It's prison convicts. That's a civil unrest.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Prison convicts and passenger port ferry missions. Like I said, I've got 3 passenger ships because it takes so much time to. There's really 3 different ways passenger missions work. One way is just the port ferry, which is just basically people in this system want to go to that star right there, some orbital around that star. It's one jump, blah blah blah. Not a lot of money, but it gains a lot of influence for the faction involved in both systems, the receiving and the sending. So it's a little bit unfortunate that it's set up that way. It's the only influence changing mechanic in the game that's set up where the receiving end also gets a bump in influence. Like trade missions, they don't do that. Attack missions, I think some of them, but it's not based on the mission. It's just based on the kill. So like killing enemy skimmers and marauding enemy, murdering enemy ships in the system is going to affect their influence. But trading that mission in afterwards, I think, doesn't affect the influence of the enemy faction. So taking passengers does. So the receiving end also gets a bump of influence, even if the effect on the BGS is negative. So, for example, if you're taking what's it called? There's a specific type of passenger. I can't remember the name. They cause civil unrest. I can't remember the rioters. I think they're called something like that. If you pick up rioters in this system and take it to a different system, then the receiving faction increases their riot gauge that they'll go into civil unrest after they receive the passengers. But their influence also goes up instead of down. So it's like a double-edged sword. And for a while, I never understood. For a while, I was like, fuck that. I didn't do passenger missions, short-range passenger missions, because I was like, why would I want to deliver a negative effect to a faction I'm trying to help? And then I realized, if you've got them in a negative effect, you could boost them past, the other factions. The ones that are in 3rd place, 4th place, 2nd place, while they're in that negative effect. So if you can get a faction into civil unrest or famine or outbreak, say... talking, I'm not even looking at my speed. If you can get them into one of these negative effects, you don't have to fight all these wars. You can just boost them all the way past 2nd place by delivering whatever it is that remedies that negative effect. Food, medicine, whatever it is.
Delisi Sierra Oscar Romeo. This is Flight Operations Department. Please comply with established docking procedures, Commander. Permission authorized. Sit down on...
It's rare. I have the ship, just like I have the Beluga liner, but it's rare to come into a situation, and I'm always checking the passenger lounge just in case. It's rare to come into a situation where it's like, okay, boom, here we are. I can do passenger missions here because there's, 10 of them that all want to go to the same faction in the same system. It never happens. It's usually a nightmare. So I mean, that's one ship I could probably get rid of if I needed cash ever. The Dolphin too, but it's not going to get a lot. And like I already said, between the Eagle and the Courier, I'm going to get rid of one of them. I wanted to have a ship that was a Gudamaya that
2,000 meters from touchdown.
had a good turning rate, lightweight, stuff like that. Just like a short-range striker. So I A-rated the pants off of an Eagle, an Imperial Eagle, and an Imperial Courier. I haven't decided which one yet, but I'm pretty sure after flying the two of them, just fly them, not even fighting them.
Gear deployed.
Not fighting with them, just flying them. Then I'm gonna like the Courier more.
Contact. Docking restraints engaged. Welcome, Commander.
Okay. I think you guys demand this stuff. No. High tech. Is it high tech? Yeah. Oh well. I'm not gonna go fly to a high tech system just to sell those. You'll take them and you'll like them. Baldy. So I'm in one now. See, now I've been wondering this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 pythons. Did I not put a repair limpet controller on this? Oh, that's right, yeah. I'm always docking with this thing. No limpets.
Landing gear.
Ship restraints withdrawn. You are clear to leave.
You can get the fuck out. You can leave. I always think he means it in a negative way. You can leave.
Frameshift drive charging.
You have cleared the no-fire zone.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
There's something else that's landing tomorrow that had me excited. Now I can't remember what it is. Oh, this star's gonna be bright, isn't it? This is a BD, isn't it? Yeah, BD system. Oh, God, it's so white. The room I am sitting in is pretty much pitch black. That sucked. It's like turning on fluorescent lighting. What is this thing? Orbiting the... Oh, it's a second star. It's a binary star system. Well, that's cool. last time I was in a system that was in civil unrest, there was like rioters in the system, just like going around protesting. So like the chat log had someone going, "Hell no, we won't go," and someone else going, "Equal rights for equal pay," something like that. It's pretty quiet. Oh, I know why, because they're not the controlling faction yet. Derp. Ready for it? Ready? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Meow. I love doing that. So close. I wonder how close I came to the exclusion zone. I had orbital lights turned off. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I hit it. It's a rush, man, to me to see how close I can get to the exclusion zone on those moons. Did I put a DC on this? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Cool. Yeah, I even put a DC on this because I was like, fuck it, I've got room. I was given the, I was looking at it in outfitting, and I was like, well, I could put a rank 2 repair limpet controller here, but then I'd have to change out one of these, I think I've got a... Oh, right, that's what I did. I normally do have a repair limpet controller on this bitch. But I was fighting prison convicts, and they don't hit hard.
Landing gear deployed.
So I was like, I don't feel like dealing with landing. Put a computer on it. I think I've got 6 docking computers in storage. Just for the F of it. And because I've got a million objectives going on.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
So I could focus on navigation and my comms panel. And not really deal with landing. I take that time for granted. Or I don't take that time for granted. The time when I'm docking. Plot my course to my next route, even to the next station specifically. This will be a dice roll. I'm hoping they have the right kind of missions here for this. See, these are Pirate Lord missions, though. Pirate Lord is not going to get rid of... Oh, this isn't the right one. Civil unrest data. Counterinsurgency. It's not the prisoner convict, the convict assassination missions. I got it on the laptop now because I need to see the chart. Civil unrest. So any combat missions. All right. Well, I don't have anything built with hatchbreaker limpets. So we'll just, I guess, skimmer destruction, right? Because planetary scan missions are explorer rank. Normally I'm quicker on my decisions, but like I said, this sphere is new to me, so I have to make sure that I'm not shooting myself in the foot to spite my face. This one doesn't need a retreat. Alright. I'm gonna flip the board real quick to see if because I don't have the ship for that. I'd have to go back to Hunarakomi and change ships again. Now that I think about it, after I was done dropping off all that salvage, I should have come here to check what missions were on the board and then went and switched ships. That would have made more sense. Oh well, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Everybody wants to destroy skimmers of the Gadjuk organization. That sounds like a Klingon system. Gadjuk. Civil unrest combat operations. That will directly impact it, so that's good. Plus I can get them closer to Allied. I might pop a Pirate Lord.
Incoming mission critical message.
It did pop a Pirate Lord. Alright. Bonus. How many? 36 interdictions. That's a lot, dude. That's more than I even do for Racing Duval to keep my merits up. Can't read that one. More skimmers. I've got to get that one to retreat from a different system. If that was in that system, that'd be great. That's another beef I have with this game. It's sometimes they give you these missions that it's just they're asking way too much for one. So like, all right, for example, these are the combat operations are basically just multi-kill massacre missions. So you go and you kill a certain number of a specific target. Most people are familiar with them from war scenarios where it's like, okay, go and kill this many ships inside of a war area, and they do it because they get the money from the combat bonds plus from the mission. Boom, boom, right? But it's different when it's a massacre mission of this type, because it's like, okay, when I go to this system for 900k and a competent rating, it's only going to be like 8 ships. You interdict 8 ships, you kill them, you're done, right? That's going to take probably about 20 to 30 minutes. But then you look at like some of these, like this one, 36 ships. That's going to take 2 hours, maybe more, depending on the spawn rate and RNG. You've got to find and interdict 36 wanted ships from this one faction. Now, having the mission will cause them to spawn more frequently, but I've from experience, these types of missions need a little bit of looking at for balance, because like for 6 million, I could go do a skimmer bombing run for 6 million in 20 minutes, versus this is going to take 2-3 hours. So it's like, I really want to help you out, buddy, but this mission is going to take way too long. And then some of these other missions, I'm probably going to just end up bombing skimmers. It's usually what I end up doing. It's just going to be bombing skimmers. And getting a bunch of bounties. But hey, all the bounties go away tonight, so. Right? Same system, but 3 different bases. Hate it when that happens. Ooh. Guess what, guys? I'll figure out what I'm going to do later. I might not even end up helping that system, but hey, it's dinner time, so thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you guys later.